Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time is going to be on Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Once again, directed by George Miller. Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers. Young Furiosa falls into the hands of a great biker horde led by warlord Dementis. Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the Citadel run by the immortal Joe. As the two tyrants fight for dominance, Furiosa soon finds herself in a non-stop battle to make her way home. Now, of course, this being part of the Mad Max universe, specifically Fury Road, because of course that was the movie where we were introduced to her. And Mad Max Fury Road, I rewatched all the Mad Max movies, and I still consider that to be the best one. Like, that movie, it was a 2-hour roller coaster ride of absolute madness, no pun intended. And it was just a blast, and I regret not putting that movie at the top spot on my best movies of 2015 list. And the characters, Furiosa was a great side character, and I can definitely see why they would make a movie dedicated to her. And while she isn't really the main focus throughout the entire film, we don't really see Anya Taylor-Joy, who plays Furiosa, until much later on, as we see young Furiosa quite a bit in some of the movie, mostly during the first hour or so. And Furiosa throughout a lot of the movie doesn't even talk that much. And you could argue that because it doesn't fully focus on Furiosa that much, or throughout most of the movie, you could argue that it kind of takes away, but it never took away anything, because this movie, I thought, kicked ass. Do I think it's better than Fury Road? Or just as good? Well, I can definitely say this. Fury Road definitely has a much quicker pace to it, as that film, like I mentioned before, it's like a 2-hour long roller coaster ride of just, a massive car chase, while adding in some mild character development. But that movie just managed to be so quick, like it pretty much got right to the point of what it was about. This one I feel like is a bit more in depth with characters, as we focus on a lot of other characters rather than just Furiosa, like Chris Hemsworth, who was very entertaining in the movie. And while the movie is by far the longest of, the Mad Max films, it's 2.5 hours long, and sometimes it can definitely feel that way, as the movie does drag on quite a bit, and it isn't as quickly paced as Fury Road. That didn't hide the fact that I still thought a lot of the characters managed to really make the film worth a viewing, because, like I said before, Joe, the villain of Fury Road, is back, because this is a prequel, obviously, and Anya Taylor-Joy playing the young version of Furiosa, or the adult young, because there's the kid young version. But I mean, Charlize Theron was phenomenal in Fury Road, and Anya Taylor-Joy taking on her role is absolutely endearing, as she was very badass, and she definitely put in a lot of depth to Furiosa, despite not having a whole lot of screen time. I mean, I do feel like she does get just enough. And despite not having a whole lot of dialogue, I was still invested with her character and the adventure she had to go on through. I honestly didn't really feel like we really needed an origin story to this entire thing, but I'm glad we did. And in terms of the action, I still feel like there is just enough action. Like, of course, there's still the car chases that we're used to seeing in, the Mad Max movies, not just Fury Road, but, mostly Fury Road, but also in the other films. Like, of course, the first two, and specifically Road Warrior as well. And, of course, there is a good amount of practical effects. While, of course, they do use CGI, it doesn't look horrible. But, yeah, the practical effects are definitely where it's at when it comes to the film. And just like Fury Road, it still feels visually impressive, even with the use of CGI. It honestly makes the movie look even better. As, there are some moments that do use a little bit of green screen here and there, but most of that is just nitpicks, as I had myself a blast with this one. I feel like this is definitely a crowd pleaser. If you loved Fury Road, then chances are you'll have a blast with this one. If you love Furiosa as a character, you'll definitely love her character art. And even the other characters as well, they have unique makeup designs behind them and distinct personalities that definitely give this world its mad feeling, just like Fury Road did. And in the end, guys, Furiosa, I had an absolute blast with. It's a roller coaster ride of madness, just like what we're used to seeing in the Mad Max movies. Even without Max, Furiosa still manages to be a great protagonist, both the young version of her and the adult version of her. I really dug what was going on screen in terms of the action and the character depth, even when it doesn't focus on her. When we get to like Chris Hemsworth and Joe, it was all really fun to see. And despite the movie definitely feeling like it's 2.5 hours long because it is, I feel like there are some scenes that definitely keep the film from being flat out boring because it never did feel boring. Even when the pacing was a bit slow in the beginning, I still feel like that build up and the way we finally get to the action really manages to pay off. I had a blast with this one, and George Miller shows that he still has a love for this franchise. And yeah, well, of course, this isn't really like Mad Max 5, as of course, this is a prequel and origin story to a specific character. But yeah, all I can say is that it's certainly a lovely day, any day, to see this film. And yeah, before you guys comment, I am going to be reviewing the Garfield movie. I actually did see that movie after seeing this one, like immediately after. So, yeah, because I know that's the movie you guys want me to talk about the most, because when I review those types of movies, they tend to get more views. So, yeah, but anyways, I do hope people see this one as well. I mean, I saw it in IMAX, which was a great experience. Definitely see it on the biggest screen possible. And quite a bit of people were actually in my theaters to see this one, so there's a good sign. Hopefully, it'll be a good Memorial Day weekend for the box office at least. So, yeah, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.